Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys.
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you know what today is?
Today is Saturday.
Yeah, it's Q&A Saturday.
That's right. And what are we Qing and Aing today?
Well, technically, we're covering chapters 26 through 30 of Jeremiah.
Technically, though.
Technically. That's the section that we just finished.
Sure.
That's not fully... We're talking about an offshoot of that. Like something that was mentioned in my notes.
Okay.
That I was curious about and wanted to learn more about.
Got it.
It's not.
It's not that.
It's not
but
that.
That's the stuff we're covering, sort of.
It's a question I had in my notes about those chapters.
All right. Sounds good. You ready to get into this?
I am.
Let's do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you today about some tablets.
Tablets, huh?
Yeah.
Like iPads and Samsung tablets?
Totally what I'm going to talk about. No. Okay, so do you remember in chapter 29 when that was about Jeremiah writing some letters, right?
Yeah.
He wrote letters to them over there in Babylon that had been taken away.
Yeah.
And then he wrote some letters to the people at home being like, I know about what you said. Yeah. So I wondered at the time, he just wrote a letter, huh? He just wrote letters.
Right.
And we kind of glossed over it oh, okay, I guess he wrote letters.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Diplomatic correspondence between overlords and vassals, that was totally common back then in the second millennium BC.
Okay.
They just sent letters to each other.
Okay.
Whatever. Another example would be letters written from Palestine to the Pharaoh. We found some of those apparently, and that's just what they did.
Okay. Yeah.
So they did that. Okay.
They wrote letters. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And moreover, the letters that he wrote, remember at the time we were I wonder if there were naysayers over in Babylon too. If there were false prophets there amongst the people that had been kidnapped and led away.
Right.
There were.
Okay.
There totally were.
Got it. So not everybody in Babylon was good.
Right. Not all the best and brightest. Okay. Also some of the scummiest and most liar-faced.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that was a lie in the Bible.
Got it.
Just so you know.
Okay.
Yeah, there were false prophets there. So that's what he was being like. I know there's some folks over there telling you that y'all about to come home tomorrow or whatever, but they're lying and y'all there for a lifetime. Sorry.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So here's the thing. There was a lot of like unrest and stuff going on around that time.
Yeah.
And we had talked about how the various little nations, how they felt kind of like maybe now's the time to attack Babylon.
Right.
Because we see cracks in the facade, right?
Sure. And there was they had a discussion. That's when Isaiah stopped him outside of the palace or whatever. Or Jeremiah. Yeah. Jesus. When he stopped him outside, that's what they had come to talk to the king about.
Yeah.
Or whatever. They were trying to figure out a way to maybe stop Babylon.
To plot against Babylon. Yeah. So there was definitely unrest.
Okay.
In the area at the time.
Yeah.
Okay. And both Jewish prophets in Jerusalem and Babylon, as I said, they were predicting the end of the exile soon. They were like, it's bound to happen any day now.
Yeah.
Because they all knew that shit was on shaky ground.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there is a hint of the chaos that was happening in what's called the Babylonian Chronicles. And my ears perked up and I was like, I'm sorry, excuse me, what? Babylonian Chronicles sounds like a fucking comic book series. I need to read that.
Right.
So, what are the Babylonian Chronicles was my question.
They chronicle
Babel.
the Babel. Yeah.
Yeah. They're a collection of around 45 clay tablets. So they didn't use like papyrus or anything like that. They were clay tablets written in cuneiform.
Okay. All right. Yep.
And I was like, I must know about these. I want to know everything about them. What are they? Where are they?
Yeah.
What is going on with them, guys?
Sure.
Okay. The Chronicles provide a large portion of what we know today of current Babylonian history.
Okay. Yeah.
And they are considered the most reliable of ancient official records, which I just find astounding.
Yeah.
And these texts are largely about the Neo-Babylonian Empire, which are of great interest, of course, to biblical scholars.
Right.
For its historical involvement with the kingdom of Judah.
Got it.
So it's this outside source that kind of validates some of the history that was happening.
Sure.
The politics, obviously, not the religious-y prophet shit.
Right.
You know, just the normal stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. They were composed by Babylonian astronomers known as Chaldeans.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, I didn't know that. That's what the Chaldeans were.
Right. Yeah.
They were a tribe outside of Babylon that got sucked into Babylon, but they were astrologers.
I see.
So, or astronomers, sorry.
Right.
And so they were very wise people that Babylon just kind of
sucked into their group.
Yeah, they were like, you're with us now.
Got it.
They were like, okay, because there weren't a lot of them. And, you know.
Yeah.
And as we saw, the people that Babylon kind of sucked into their hold, they were granted a fair amount of freedom. I mean, let's talk about how Jeremiah is telling the Babylonian exiled people, go ahead and take land, farmland there, marry, have children.
Yeah, it sounds like, I mean, even based on the Bible, it sounded like they were collecting like the best and brightest, right?
Exactly. And so not only were they collecting the best and brightest for their own communities, they were also granting those people a large amount of freedom within their capture.
Right.
So they were like, well, the bad news is you have to stay here forever.
The good news is we don't suck completely.
And all of your peers are here, and, you know, it's kind of cool.
Right.
So it would be kind of like if Google went around and, like, kidnapped scientists and and like IT people and just, like, all the smarts. Yeah. And then locked them into the building.
But paid them really well and, like, gave them lots of food that they wanted.
Which I kind of hear is how Google is.
Right.
So imagine that Babylon is kind of Google. Okay.
Right.
Like, the bad news is you work 24/7 now and you're always on call. But the good news is
you got lots of benefits and
lots of perks, and you're surrounded by bright people.
Sure.
You know, I mean, that means it didn't all suck. Which, you know, is kind of important, I think.
Yeah.
Because when you think about being kidnapped, and we were led to believe kind of that they were led away into slavery and exile, right? Like those are heavy words, right? And they just kind of weren't.
Got it.
So that's kind of important. It's still a cage, but it's definitely a gilded cage.
I'm sure they probably reserved the right to enslave certain people.
I'm sure they did. And I'm sure...
especially lower class and stuff like that.
I'm sure that happened. Yeah.
Or if you didn't contribute something to their society or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It's just this kind of paints the Babylonians in a little bit of a different light.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that going around kidnapping people is good. I'm absolutely not saying that at all.
Yeah.
But it is interesting how they went about strengthening their own kingdom while simultaneously cutting off surrounding kingdoms at the knees.
Right.
That's interesting to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So the tablets were composed by Babylonian astronomers known as Chaldeans, and these tablets recorded major historical events.
Okay.
Likely drawing from even more detailed astronomical diaries. I'm sorry, what? We'll get into that in a minute.
All right.
Okay. So hold that note, because I was like, they're diaries about astronomy. I'm sorry. Hello, what?
Right.
And there were some. Okay.
All right.
So the tablets were uncovered, the ones that we're talking about, the Babylonian ones.
Yeah.
They were uncovered during 19th century excavations in Babylon, so the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they were left undeciphered in the archives for literal decades. They found them and then just put them in a museum and were like, someday, I guess, whatever.
Well, I mean, that happens to a lot of archaeological finds. They don't know what to do with them, so they catalog them until somebody does come along and actually...
This seems really cool. What is it? I have no idea.
Right. Well, I mean, you got to think somebody's got to go through all these things that people find. And so who does that? And it's got to be an expert.
Right.
So how many experts are there in the world about,
I don't know. We should go to Babylon and find out. Apparently that's where they all are.
Right.
So the first chronicle to be published ever was in 1887.
Okay.
So finally, the same decade that they found them, somebody came along and was like,
sure,
hey, I got this. And then came the next one, which was about the fall of Nineveh. It's called the Fall of Nineveh Chronicle.
Okay.
Okay. So, and that one came out in 1923.
Got it.
So now we're into the 1900s.
Right.
That these are finally
getting published.
Yeah. I think all but 3, the source that I was reading said, have been what's called given provenance, meaning we've been able to verify the date and history and all of that stuff.
Got it.
All but 3 of the 45 have been provenanced, which, again, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So these tablets cover Babylonian history within the year 747 to 668 BC.
Okay.
So that would have been right around the time frame that we're talking about.
Sure.
They start with King Nebuchadnezzar, not Nebuchadnezzar.
Right. Right.
Nebuchadnezzar, who ruled Babylon from 747 to 734 BC.
Okay.
And they go all the way through to a period called the Parthian period, or the Parthian Empire.
Okay.
And that was a major Iranian political and cultural power in ancient Iran from 247 BC to 224 AD.
Okay.
So these tablets cover all the way into an AD period.
Got it.
That's amazing.
I thought you said that they only covered to this. Okay, I misunderstood what you said at first, because you said something about the 700s to 600s.
They cover... Okay, hold on. How did that work? These tablets cover Babylonian history from King... okay, so there's some history within the time period, 747 to 668 BC.
Yeah.
That's when it starts. Okay, so it
Got
covers
it.
some history in that period.
And then from there it goes all the way through. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
It was a little confusing how you said that. So.
Yeah, it was confusing. Yeah. Yes, it was confusing, and I clarified it.
Got it.
So anyway, who's this king guy, right? That all of a sudden, like, he came on board and started recording history.
Sure.
Okay. King Nebusar. I pronounced it 3 different ways now.
You did, yeah.
Sorry. His reign saw the beginning of a new era characterized by the systematic maintenance of chronologically precise historical records. He's the first guy that started being like, let's record some history, guys.
Right.
What you say?
Yeah.
His reign also marks the reform of the Babylonian calendar. Huh?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Which, again, we've got astronomers.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And now we've got calendar reforms happening.
Sure.
Because astronomy helps us understand the passage of time.
Right.
Yeah. It's kind of how we mark the passage of time on a large scale.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So his reign did history and the calendar, and they introduced regular calculated months, and they have some kind of 18-year cycle that they started, which I would love to learn, like, what did that do?
Entail, right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, it was just a larger period of time, like how to discuss a certain time period.
Yeah, yeah.
And they even came up with the earliest forms of the zodiac. Which,
so were these astronomers or astrologists?
They were a mix of both. Okay.
All right.
For the time, they were astronomers because they were studying the night sky.
Okay.
And they were understanding that the stars move in certain patterns and that certain things affect the planet in such a way.
And I guess ultimately zodiac is to the recognition that there are different celestial things in the sky at any given moment.
Sure.
So.
Now, yes, they were also astrologers in that they assigned other meanings to those.
Yeah.
So that's why I say a bit of both.
Sure.
But I mean, still, it's very impressive that they had that understanding back then.
Right.
So, so this gets us into the astronomical diaries.
Okay.
Because remember, I was like, wait, what the fuck is that?
Right.
So you can see how, like, this is related to what we're reading, but, like, way off course.
Yes.
It's definitely a rabbit hole.
Right.
But I couldn't not. It was so cool.
Yeah.
Okay. You look less than impressed.
No, it's interesting. I just,
You're just like, but it doesn't have anything to do with... It's about the history of the time. You know? So there's a lot happening in Babylon at the time. And I just find that very interesting as relates to what we're reading.
Sure.
And that's the tie-in I see.
Okay.
All
right. Do we tie it in or are we just going over this stuff? I'm just curious,
Not really. I mean, no, the tie-in is that, so this stuff really was happening over there.
Okay.
And here's some other things that were happening over there.
I was just checking in case somebody was waiting for the tie-in. I just want to make sure.
No, there isn't one. You could stop now.
There's no tie-in. Okay.
You could stop listening right now.
Okay.
I mean, don't, because it's still interesting stuff.
Yeah. Right.
No, it doesn't get back to, like, this is just all interesting. That's it.
You went down a rabbit hole.
I went down a rabbit hole.
And got lost in the rabbit hole.
I didn't get lost. I know exactly where I am.
Okay.
Okay, so the astronomical diaries.
Yes.
Okay, they are also on clay tablets.
Okay.
And they weren't just about stargazing. Okay. So astronomy, astrology, whatever. They weren't just about looking at the stars.
Got it.
They tracked political happenings. They made predictions based on those observations, and they recorded everyday details like weather and grain prices.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was like a newspaper almost. Right? Like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And today, all of these records are housed in the British Museum.
Huh. Okay.
So, we could literally go see these tablets.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's so cool to me.
Yeah.
So, going back to that king guy, whose name I've pronounced 3 different ways now and is not Nebuchadnezzar.
Right. The original king that started all this tracking stuff.
Yes. He gathered the records of his predecessors, all of them, and he destroyed them.
Oh.
Thus ensuring that the history of the Chaldean kings began with him. How cool is that, right?
Yeah. I mean, right? History is written by the
winners.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to kind of put in a time place of where he was, one of his contemporaries was the Assyrian king Tiglath-Pileser, which we talked about earlier.
Okay.
I think he's one of those Sargon guys.
Okay.
He actually became a vassal under Tiglath-Pileser. So,
got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
At one point. So,
all right.
Anyway, now you know that there are clay tablets that talk about the Babylonian problems that we were seeing hinted at in the Bible. There's your tie-in.
But what problems were they?
They were political. They were stretched too thin. They were...
Got it.
There was unrest. They had probably picked up a little more than they could handle. And,
Right.
That's why all of those little nations were gathered together to be like, now's our time. Let's strike while the fire's hot.
Got it.
There's a crack in the structure. Let's get them.
Got it.
And Jeremiah was like, you're not, though.
Right.
They're good. Like, don't be foolish.
Right.
You think you know a thing and you don't.
Yeah.
So that was my little rabbit hole.
Okay.
And
well, I don't know that we can actually call that a Q&A for 26 through 30, but it is our Q&A for 26 through 30. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the rabbit hole there. And
well, we did answer one question.
Did we?
Yeah. Were there false prophets amongst those who were exiled to Babylon?
There you go.
The answer is yes.
Okay.
Were they really writing letters? Yes, they were. We answered 2 questions.
All right.
There you go.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Well, that was our Q&A for today.
Sure as fuck was.
And we will be back tomorrow on Sunday with
Sacrilegious Book Club.
And then I will get the weekly wrap up. I can never say that right. Ever.
You said it once a couple weeks ago.
Did I? And was I impressed with myself?
No, you didn't even notice.
Oh, really?
I think it's because you didn't overthink it, but I noticed it because I love you.
Got it. So yeah, we'll get the weekly wrap up out, and then we'll be back on Monday with
Isaiah chapter 30. No, Jeremiah chapter 31. Look, you fucked me up.
All right, guys. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.